Let's talk about users and user roles on WebPort. WebPort has the ability to house multiple users with uniquely defined user roles. By clicking on the user role icon, we can see 3 pre-configured user roles. If we open each of these roles, you'll see that each aspect of WebPort, the data logs, the backup capabilities, and all the configuration capabilities are available in a user role. These capabilities can be either allowed or suppressed. You can also create a customized role. For example, imagine you want a user to only have access to live data, but not be able to configure WebPort. You can create a role with those attributes and then associate that role to a user. I can create a new user by jumping out to configuration and going to users. Here I have my name properties, a user ID, and the ability to define the role for this user. I also have the ability to input multiple email addresses, a phone number, and an email SMS suffix. Finally, I can create credentials that can be specific to the user and the user's role. The final aspect of the WebPort user interface I'd like to talk to you about is data logging. By selecting the log and the log properties, I can define the log name, the periodicity, when I want to overwrite the data, and whether the log is active. Then, using the tag picker, I can select the data points I want to log into my instance. Once I've done this, I can do a couple of things with the log. I can either delete it or export it using the user interface. I can create an action called Publish to the Cloud. What this does is periodically publishes the data log up to an instance of SQL that lives in your WebPort Connects account. This allows you to accumulate data from multiple web ports in a single location in your WebPort Connects account. Let's talk a little bit about the WebPort Connect service. WebPort Connects is built on Microsoft's Azure cloud computing platform. This allows us to auto-scale our virtual machines based on the number of active users. We can also localize the location of virtual machines that provide the best throughput performance. With the help of a hosted VPN solution, WebPort Connects provides a high success rate of deployment. The primary reason being that WebPort uses an outbound connection over a secure socket layer to connect to the web service. Your client then also uses an SSL connection to connect to the web service. Our routing application joins the two VPN tunnels and provides seamless end-to-end connectivity over a secure encrypted connection. In looking at my dashboard, you'll notice a couple things. I can group devices and provide access controls to these groups. This means I can create a role that will only have limited access to specific groups I define. If I click on my users icon, you'll notice that I have a list of active users. I can then define their role, their user type, and access control strategy. I can limit access to web ports, data logs, reports, dashboards, and documents. These access controls are completely customizable in order to meet your needs. Another handy feature with your WebPort Connects account is you always have access to your VPN client. If you're ever in a location where you don't have your VPN client loaded on your PC, you can download it directly from your account. Simply install it and you'll have complete remote access to all your devices. Secondarily, we also support the registry of legacy devices in WebPort Connects. Let's talk a little more about the extended features offered by the WebPort Connects platform. The first thing we'll talk about are data logs. The data logs mirror the data logs you created on your WebPort and assign the Publish to Cloud property. The data logs are actually an instance of SQL and can be exported as XML, HTML, PDF, or CSV. By clicking on the Export Data Log button, I can define the interval or select all the data. I can also define the format type, the name, the version, and the description. If I go back to my dashboard instance, my exported log will be sent to me in my document storage. My document storage can also be used for a variety of things. Not only can I store my data logs in the form of reports, but I can also import documents and programs into storage. The idea here is that it can keep a user manual, schematic, or PLC program in a common location that is always accessible.